Some people don't care. So it's like, if that's your ministry, like if you're like, oh, I really don't care, I just want my wig to look cute. Okay, girl, let's cut your hair down so I ain't got to spend all this time braiding your hair up for nothing.
Why cut it down? It's just going to fall out anyway.
Bald head ass.
Let Father Time do its thing.
Welcome back to another episode of Two Hairstyles to the Podcast. Season 2, Episode 1. Season 2, Episode 1. Okay, so we're back. Today we're going to be talking about extensions, which, who don't love extensions, honestly?
I don't, because I don't wear them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'll pop that shit right on out.
That's the beauty of extensions. Nobody is supposed to know you have them.
They're going to know.
They're not going to know.
Nobody's going to know.
Nobody's going to know. They're going to know. No, but yeah, I'm excited about today's topic.
Yeah,
because we're both technically extension specialists.
Yes. Not technically, I am.
Period.
There's not no technicality about it. I love extensions, and I've always loved extensions from the first time I seen my mama's friend with a beehive. She was doing her own sewing. I didn't know what was going on, but all I seen was she answered the door with a beehive, and I was so intrigued. I was like,
she had the beehive, but she didn't have no hair in it?
She hadn't sewed it in yet.
She was sewing it in herself?
Yeah.
Oh.
I said, okay. Okay. She said, let me go ahead and do this little doobie.
Not a doobie. She had a 27 piece?
I don't remember how she had it styled. I was just so stuck on the fact that I ain't never seen braids like that.
And you were like, I want to do that.
And did. And so I went home on my mannequin, Janae. Shout out to Janae. Miss her down. She bald. She's bald now. She's dead now.
You cut it. Not dead. Damn.
She bald and dead. But yeah, I had went home and I was like, let me practice this, because I just thought it was a cool thing. I didn't necessarily know that was for a sew-in, but I was like, okay, I'm about to do this. So I started that braid in the middle of her head and just did it all the way around like that instead of doing it the other way. And so basically I did it so many times that every time I would take it out, like more and more hair would come out because it was like so much tension in the middle.
That's actually a really good idea to start it from the middle and go on the outside.
No, because it was so much tension from the middle. Because it's like you pulling it straight from the middle. So she had a little traction alopecia in the middle. We had to let her to rest.
Did you kill her by too much traction?
I had to let her to rest.
That's crazy.
But you know what? I've upgraded and I use wigs now. Okay. Because who finna be...
So like, what was that was your first experience with weave, but...
Well, not even with weave, but just the first time I saw, like... Because when I was in school and like, you know, I grew up in Europe and they didn't really wear extensions like that.
What did you just flip back?
Why are you so triggered and mad?
Because, like, why are you flipping air behind your ear?
You're jealous. You are so jealous. But anyways, so growing up in Europe, like nobody in my school wore extensions. Like when I say nobody, not a quick weave, they didn't even really do braids like that. Like I think there was maybe like one or two girls that had like micros. But other than
like the braids?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, like they only had like their natural hair and that was it. Like, so I didn't even really know, and my mom didn't wear weave, so I didn't know.
Oh, your mama got long hair? Mm-hmm. Oh, she Indian?
Yeah. We got Indian in our family. Cherokee. But yeah, so after I moved to the States, that's when I started seeing like weave, because you know everybody in high school had a quick weave. And I was like, okay, this... Did
they have the quick weave with the invisible part or the quick weave with...
Girl, you know they had that invisible part.
That invisible part looked like it hurt sometimes.
Not...
like you, all you saw was scalp.
And it used to be looking tight.
Very tight.
But I used to love an invisible part.
I got one invisible part.
You look a mess.
I look a fucking mess. It didn't go with... You know,
your aesthetic.
It didn't go with.
I think that's like a Dallas thing. Them quick weave ponytails, girl.
they were called pullbacks, so they used
pull your fucking shit back.
Okay, you're gonna have to pull up a picture to show exactly what a pullback looked like.
Okay, we're gonna put it right here
because they had those little thin tracks.
Oh, they used to like split
and
them.
They used, they were already thin, and then they made them thinner by splitting them, and then they put them up, and then they gelled it back. It was like that doobie hair.
So wait, so
like
they laid it going this way and then gelled it.
Yes, that's why it was called a pullback. For the record, I never got that. Shout out to the girls who did because they really, really killed it. Like, it was good for that moment. That's something that don't ever need to come back.
Well,
you know how some things circle back?
And it could, because think about it. What if you left a little pinch of an edge out?
Some people did, and it didn't.
Girl.
Not of your own edge, but they kind of like, you know, some people would have like that.
You talking about like what the drag queens do? When they be like, the hair off the track, and then they'll spray the hairspray and like...
Now, I don't know how they did it, but I do remember some girls having like...
It looked plucked. It looked like you got like a heavy pluck on your...
All I know is with the pullback, it was straight across.
It's giving American Girl doll.
Very much American Girl doll. Absolutely.
That's not for me. That's not for me. But I did love a quick weave back in the day. I did. But it's so crazy, like, you know, the difference between quick weaves then and quick weaves now. Like, you know, you had to gel it down.
Back with the
little ponytail.
Pro style.
It had to
they
be
actually need to bring that back.
They still got it, but I'm not using that. That smell, I can't even.
I love that smell.
I hate it. It's not that I hate it. It just reminds me of like.
It's like a part of that memory
that black
of
salon. Black salon or like when you home salon.
What's wrong with the black salon?
There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't like the smell of. I don't want to smell no ISO plus oil sheen.
I want to smell all
olive oil, pink. I don't want the luster.
Pump it up. I want to smell.
Pump it up. I'll smell. I still got pump it up. So
do you? Why?
You need it for something. Don't worry about it. I'm not spilling all my secrets. Just know you need to keep a little pump it up, a little spritz in your kit. I'm just saying, you never know.
Oh, I can see for your kit for photo shoots. You're not using it on your clients. Salon. For what?
I'm not telling you.
Good.
Because it's none of your business.
Don't tell your clients either.
Sneaking in. I turn like this.
You're like, no, I can smell. I can pump it up. Like, oh no, that's just my perfume.
That's your perfume.
But the very first time, like, I kind of got hooked on extensions. Like, y'all know I grew up in a salon. My mom's a hairstylist.
If they didn't know,
you know now. But she didn't really do.
She can do ghetto styles.
No, she definitely did. I'm talking finger waves, the whole nine. But I feel like you know what kind I'm talking about.
You talking about the ones that go up.
And we're not gonna. You know what? We're gonna change that. We're not gonna call them ghetto styles because they were not ghetto styles. They were
eccentric. For the time. But you know what? They was hot.
It was hard hair. Like,
I mean, but you also got to think they needed that because it was like one. I mean, you had to make it last. Like you had to make it last. They was making it last. Like forever. It just wasn't feasible. Oof. Make it last.
Hairstyles can withstand the rain.
I can't stand. Okay, I'm not gonna.
You know
I love this nigga so.
But my very first time having a personal experience with extensions was 8th grade. Going into 9th grade, my mom finally let me do track the hair in.
For homecoming?
No, this was for the Scream tour. Lil Bow Wow. Yeah. So I got the hair tracked in. Ooh. And it just gave me a little length. Mm-hmm. And it was downhill from there.
Now, you wasn't doing no long hair, baby. You was doing a 12-inch.
No, I was doing like 14-inch. Yeah.
Oh, your mama.
It was a little bit long. It was like...
You was fast.
I was.
You was fast because, baby...
No, but what's so crazy is... So, I got hooked and I was buying hair like that every... I would say like every other month, every 6 weeks. Ooh, I was having to go get
Milky
hair.
Way, ain't it?
Yes.
Okay.
And did.
That Milky Way used to be...
laid. So all throughout I went to my freshman year wearing weave. Nobody knew it was my hair. It wasn't my hair. Nobody
knew it was your hair.
Nobody knew it wasn't my hair.
I mean, honestly, and that's how quick weaves like. I mean, not quick weaves, but I feel like that even the texture of that hair back then was just giving like relaxers.
And I will say I did definitely get relaxers then, so that you know
your hair thin.
It is.
And your hair is slack to your damn head.
Boy, and looking like you know it's light.
And you know when you put it in a ponytail, you be looking like an onion.
It never gave an onion. Don't fucking do me. My hair, you know what I'm talking about? My hair was...
When you put it in a ponytail, it'd be so tight. You'd be like, bitch, you look like Dejanay from...
I think I got a picture. But anyway, all throughout high school, nobody knew that I had extensions. And I knew that Granted, I didn't know I was gonna be a hairstylist then, but when I decided to be a hairstylist, I knew that was always the way I wanted to go when it comes to extensions. Like, I need it to look like it's not your hair.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do any extensions where it's like heavy density, super. I like a little long, but I still want it to be like.
It needs to make sense. Like, it can't look like you got like a thick base at the top and then it just trails down into like skinny, and then people will be like, oh well, now I paid for 28-inch, and it's like, girl, and it also
needs to look like that could possibly be your hair.
Yeah, like you need to match your own density too. Like, it's crazy because it's like, you know, people be like, oh well, I like thick hair, I like that. It's like, that's cool, but it's like, it's gonna look like a helmet on your head if you have thin hair. Even trying to cover the tracks, it's like, girl, what am I gonna do here?
Now you need a wig for real if you want to go that far.
I used to go with my friends to their hair appointments because I was an unsuspecting, you know, student. They didn't know, so I was up.
See, you the reason why people have it in.
They'd be like, no guests,
do not bring anybody. Don't look at my products.
Yeah, because no, I'm here to learn. This is a free class, Bookie Butt. So I would go and I'd be like, yeah, girl, let me get your the tracks that they just took out. I'd be like, let me get that. And I would glue it on the opposite side on Janae.
Janae.
Yeah. And that's how I learned how to do quick weaves, because I'd be like, let me see how she doing that. But it was funny that we used to gel it down and then have that little ponytail in the back and then flip it back up and then be under the dryer for 2 hours, because that shit took forever to dry.
I never understood who came up with the name quick weave. It really needs to be called slow weave. Honestly.
It takes the same amount as a sewing.
It really does.
And even
maybe nowadays, not as much labor because you don't have to braid it down, but you still gotta slick it. So it still takes the same amount of time. There's nothing quick about a quick weave.
And I also think too, like, with a quick weave, I feel like it's just, regardless of the name, I think people need to understand, like, I don't think it's for everybody. Like, girls that have super thick hair and stuff, like, why are you getting a quick weave for real? Like,
no, I don't know. I could see somebody with thick hair wanting to get a quick weave.
I mean, yeah, but you could just get a sewing.
You know what? Okay, I just thought about something. It's called a quick weave because it's quick to take it down.
But is it though? Is it though?
Because rattle in your voice, like,
because I'm like, because
I'm thinking, you just take it, you snatch
you snatching your hair out at that point.
Girls but my thing is, they're worried about the look.
Okay, and that's why they bald head now.
Just get another quick weave.
But I think that kind of like leads into like what they need versus what they want.
Facts.
Because like girls would be like all day like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm boring you.
Yeah, a little bit.
I just feel like
I'm just saying we got our client sitting here.
I totally forgot about her. This is Gwyneth. Gwynny. Yeah, let me get to styling her. But yeah, I think I forgot the clip. Yeah, I think it goes into needs versus wants, but also like I think that is what makes it important for the consult. So it's like you can like let them know like, hey, like I know you want to get extensions, but like
let's find out what works best for you.
Yeah, like, and I feel like what works best for you is like, okay, your maintenance. Like, how often is your budget and your schedule going to allow you to come in? I
definitely think we have to consider the client's budget when talking about getting them in for certain services, especially extensions. Because although we love a good add-on for enhancements, you also have to ask yourself, can I afford this?
Yeah, because like there have been times where people, for example, like, okay, if you get a wig, right? I honestly recommending to get your hair shampooed every 2 weeks, like it just any service. Like I think that you should get your hair shampooed.
I agree.
Really and truly, if you can. Well, I think 2 weeks is good, but some people, depending on your like scalp sensitivity, like maybe once a week. But just
once a week is pretty excessive. I think every 2 weeks is good.
Like that's why I said I think it depends on like your scalp sensitivity.
If your scalp is that sensitive, you got to
think about like some people like if your hair is getting oily or if you have super dry scalp, like
then you probably,
even dermatologists recommend that you shampoo your scalp once a week.
What is that, like every 10 to 14 days?
A week is 7 days.
But that's what I'm saying. I think a week is crazy. Unless you...
That's why I say it depends.
I'm going to say a week is crazy for more coarse hair.
Not necessarily, because I would wash my hair once a week.
With extensions in, though?
I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
Not
because I'm like, I recently was just wearing my hair curly and I did wash it like every 3 days.
Yeah.
Because of product.
Yeah. But I think, I just think like a general rule of thumb is getting your hair every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now you can stretch it to that, like maybe that 3 week mark. But I feel like anything past that is like, okay, like that's, you need to do something. So with a wig, think about like, I've had clients who have super long hair, super thick hair, and they'll try to stretch it, right? They'll try to leave their wig in for 6 weeks and thinking like, oh.
Is it sewn down?
No, like a take on, take off situation.
Okay.
But I think that where it gets sticky is like, oh, they're like, oh, my hair still looks good. You know, they may be like shampooing the braids at home, and they're like, oh, well, like, you know, they're thinking that, oh, it doesn't make that much of a difference. But when they come in, you're losing more hair because, okay, now you're dropping my scissors.
So you're just going to let everybody know I'm using your shears?
Yep.
Am I using your scissors or your shears? Because if I'm using your scissors,
okay, am I being silenced?
Because you could actually have these back, because I don't use scissors.
Oh, you don't use scissors?
Yeah.
Well, they're shears.
Okay.
They're shears. They're done. But yeah, I think that goes into like budget too, because it's like, you know, you may think like, oh, I'm saving money, but
you're not saving your hair.
Exactly.
And I think you definitely have to think about all of that in one.
Some people don't care. So it's like, if that's your ministry, like if you're like, oh, I really don't care, I just want my wig to look cute. Okay, girl, let's cut your hair down so I ain't got to spend all this time braiding your hair up for nothing.
Why cut it down? It's just going to fall out anyway.
Bald head ass.
Let Father Time do its thing.
Oh, and you know, honestly, that's what happened too.
I know.
That is literally what happened. And I kept telling her, I'm like, girl, you need to come in sooner. And they be like, the thing that trips me out is sometimes people will try to like put this on you where it's like, instead of like trusting what you're saying, they be trying to make it a thing of like, okay, well, you're just trying to get money out of me. Like, right. You just want me to come back sooner because you want more money, and I can come back in 6 weeks. My hair still look fine. And it's like, okay, girl.
I think the best thing in those situations is just kind of let them see. Because you definitely don't want to pressure anybody to do something that they're not comfortable with. Not saying that you do, but just when it comes to extensions, as long as you do your due diligence with telling them, like, hey, you need to come in every 2 weeks for maintenance or whatever.
Yeah, and no, but that's the thing. I have told them. And the crazy thing is, so let me just give you an example of a client I had. So she was coming to me getting sew-ins, right? She ended up finding, I guess, someone else who did it cheaper. Cool. I have no problem with that. Like, if I'm not in your budget, cool. So she went to the girl, and basically she ended up, it's funny because her exact words, and I quote, she does the same thing that you do, and it's way cheaper. I said, okay, do what you want to do, mama.
Okay.
Long story short, she ended up getting a bald spot, right? When she came back, I had told her, I was like, you need to get a wig. And she was like, oh no, I don't want a wig. And I was like, okay, well, you need a wig because you have this bald spot, and a sew-in is not gonna help that. And so every time she'd just be like, oh, you just don't like doing sew-ins. You just don't like doing sew-ins. You just want me to, you want everybody in a wig. That's exactly how she said it. That's exactly how she said it. It was like she was getting like mad at me for suggesting what she needed. Yeah. So finally I said, because now it was a while, like every single appointment she was coming in, I'm telling her like, you need a wig, girl. And every time she'd be like, you just don't like doing sew-ins. You just don't like doing sew-ins. I'm like, you don't know what I like. But anyways, so
Did you triggered by that?
I am triggered because that shit pissed me off.
I feel the energy.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
You know, do you want to unpack this?
I don't.
I think you should, so you don't carry this weight with you into the world. Do you want a little therapy session?
No. Anyways, okay. So fast forward to years later, the spot kept getting worse, to the point now.
The situation is getting worse.
Exactly. So it got to the point where her sewing wasn't lasting that long because it's like I have nothing to anchor to on the side. And
that's not funny, but
it's like I told you, but now it's to the point where she's trying to blame it on my work. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like, oh well, like my sewing is usually lasts this long, and why is not? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, well, girl, if you would have listened to my advice that I told you years back,
we wouldn't be here,
right? But then again, you know what? That was on me to keep servicing her, and I've learned. I was like, you know, I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah,
because I can sit here and tell you what you want to do all day, and if you don't want to take my advice, you're not going to blame me. You know what I'm saying?
Because you do. I mean, it is on you at the end of the day.
Yeah, because you kept doing it. And yeah. So she finally got a wig. Cool. So I'm like, okay, this is perfect. Now we can start rehabbing this spot after all these years. So now instead of she thinking like, oh, I can stretch my appointments longer now because I have the wig. And so instead, it's like now the braids getting all matted up and stuff, and it's causing even more tension on the spot. So it's just like to the
not sorry to cut in, but I have to say this while I'm thinking about it. How do you feel about 6-month sew-ins?
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. You dirty and your hair is going. Yeah, I don't even want to talk. Don't piss me off.
Sorry.
Don't piss me off when those 6 months sewing. You sound dumb. Like, for real. You sound fucking stupid.
Sorry.
Why would you want your hair braided up for half a year? Like, that, you know what?
Well, I just see, you know, we're always looking at what the girlies are talking about. And
I feel like
that's kind of something that they always...
Like, boasting about how, like, long the sewing's gonna last. Yeah. But then again, it goes into like, you know what? Let me not say, I'm not gonna do no 6 months sewing. Like, I'm not gonna do a sewing and be servicing you for 6 months. I've done that.
I mean, but I've
done that.
What?
Like,
you've done
I've had a client who, but you know, I didn't realize
that it had been 6 months.
Yeah, because it was maybe like 5 months. But it was like, you know,
what was the outcome?
She was coming in for maintenance, like, you know, shampoos. She was coming every 2 or 3 weeks. But I just didn't even put it together until I was like, girl, I said, when you're trying to blend the leave out, I'm like, girl, this is like, it's hanging down. What are we doing here?
I will say
this is so cute. This is exactly what I wanted to. See, the girls don't be wanting effortless styles.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. They want it.
Well, what do you call my hair?
But see, that's the difference between you and the girls.
The girls.
The girls.
But I do think that it is case by case. There are some people that can really go 6 months with the sewing.
I mean, yeah, but I'm good on that.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but there's.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I think it depends on what are your hair goals. Because if you don't care, if you just want your hair to look cute and you know what I'm saying, and you don't really care like about the health of your hair, one, I'm not the stylist for you. So get somebody else to do it. Secondly, like that might work for you because you're like, I really don't care as long as I got some scraggles on my head.
Not scraggles.
Because that's what you're gonna have. That's what you're gonna have. Leave out and be broke, snapped. But yeah, I think all of that plays a deal into like
which is
what you should get, like what type of extensions that you should get.
Which is why I always talk about just healthy hair no matter what extension service I provide, because I do think that it gives you a lot more freedom to be able to choose between what styles you want to do. I think that unless you have some kind of medical reason for your hair not to grow, there shouldn't be a reason why you aren't maintaining your natural hair under whatever extension service you choose. That's all I'm gonna use.
Okay, I was about to say, baby, you ready? You ready? I was like, all I hear was glop, 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 glop. Like, God damn, you don't need that much.
But I do think, like I said, I like to promote healthy hair under whatever service I'm given, because you need to be able to say, hey, I'm gonna wear my real hair if you want to. It should always be an option, unless you do have some sort of medical reason that you just can't grow it.
Yeah.
What Kodak Black say? If you can't grow it, sew it.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
I thought he said, my name Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white.
He said that too. But he said, if you can't grow it, sew it. And some more stuff. That's always going to be something that I'm going to promote for my clients anyway, because I do feel like the foundation of any install matters.
It does.
What the outcome is going to look like. I mean, of course, unless you're wearing a wig, who cares what the foundation looks like? What?
What you mean, who cares what the foundation look like?
I'm just saying, like, if you're wearing a sew-in, the foundation of your hair matters. If you're wearing a quick weave,
I feel like anything the foundation that's gonna matter regardless. Like,
I mean, you're pulling a wig off and on.
But I'm saying, you talking about visually or what?
I'm saying visually.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the girls that be like, oh, my braids look a mess. I've had them in for 8 weeks, but my wig still
No, I'm speaking of the health of your hair. If your leave out is chewed up, it's gonna matter in a sew-in. It's not gonna matter under a wig.
Got you. Because you can at least like rehab it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just think it's important to kind of have those conversations about what matters to your client. And to your point, if healthy hair isn't what matters to you, then
go somewhere else. Get somebody else to do it. Go to a hair school. Shit. Pissed off. Leave me alone.
But also your lifestyle matters. You know,
are you working out?
Yeah, then
are you too? You know, because they do have some people that be like, I literally have no time off. Like, I work 7 days a week.
Oh, so what are you doing for the girls that don't have time off? Are you doing a sew-in or
who?
I'm saying, like, for the girls that don't have a lot of time off, like, what's your suggestion?
I don't have that. I don't have clients like that.
Really?
No.
I do.
Because my thing, even with that, is like, I don't know. I personally, like, I don't mind, like, accommodating people, but I'm personally not going to be doing that. Like for example, if you're like, I don't get off until 7 o'clock. I work 7 to 7 every day. Okay, girl, I'm not trying to be up here at 5 in the morning to do your hair, and I'm not trying to be up here at 8 o'clock at night to do your hair.
I have clients that they don't have the luxury of coming in every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even have the luxury to do once a month. So, for example, these are just conversations that we have in a salon, and I always try to accommodate them to see what's going to be best for them. So one of my clients, she actually just came Saturday. Shout out to Morgan. Hi, girlie.
Morgs.
But she was experiencing a little breakage, and we went earlier in 2024. We went and did a wig. Now, I did explain to her how important it was for her to come in every 2 to 3 weeks just to get her hair sewn back down and everything, because she was not a girl that liked to remove her wig. I'm not like that either. So because of her work schedule, 3 weeks turned into 6 weeks, and then 6 weeks turned into 2 months. And then when she came back, the closure was balded. It was a lot. It was a learning experience for her and I both.
She was taking her wear on and off though?
She was not. So that's why it was also bald. It was a lot. It was a lot going on.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing was a sew-in, because during that time, luckily, her problem areas had grown back in. And it was just a better option for her to do a sew-in. So now she can keep her sew-in for 3 months, maintain it at home, and then just come make that time to see me every 3 months versus the once a month or every 2 weeks like I was suggesting with her wig.
Yeah.
So I have clients that literally do not have the time to make that a priority.
Right, but they also trust your recommendation for the alternative. And I think that plays a big part too, because a lot of these girls, they see stuff on Instagram or see stuff on Twitter and they think they know everything. And they try to come and tell you, like, and I feel like that's okay for you to come to me with something that you've seen. Like, if you be like, hey, I saw this on Instagram, I seen this on YouTube, I seen whatever, what do you think about it?
Right.
But what you're not gonna do is what I'm telling you from my
that's
experience.
Not gonna work.
Well, from my experience, they be like, well, she did it. And okay, girl, go to her then. Go to her, because you about to piss me off. Like, but yeah, I think definitely trusting your stylist and listening to their recommendations, whether you take it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but don't try to like sit here and be like, oh, like, you know better than me. Because if that's the case, you could do your own damn hair. I'm just kidding.
But I can't.
Kinda. But
laughing, but very serious.
Yeah. Oh, I also think like you said, like with your client shampooing her hair at home, like, what is your personal skill level? Like,
yeah,
because some girls can't even wash their hair at home. Like, they can't do any. They can't curl their hair. They can't do nothing. Like, I have clients like that can't even curl their hair. Like, will literally come once a week. Like, they'll come get their hair shampooed 1 week. The next week they come in to get it styled. You know what I'm saying? They can't do nothing without me. And
I think most of those clients kind of know they will make
fall
time.
In line. Well, they'll fall in line with which I'm not talking about making the time. I'm talking about like as far as
what you recommend.
Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, like, but
most of the time when you have a client that's not really hair savvy, they're used to coming to the salon on a regular basis.
True. That is true.
So I think that's a problem that fixes itself. But I do think it's important to ask that same question of, like you said, what's your skill level at home?
Yeah.
What can you do on your own?
You know what? We didn't even talk about?
What?
We didn't even talk about all the types of extensions that you can
get into it.
Okay. Oh, I thought I was going to do it like a freestyle. Yeah, okay.
You've been watching too much Disney.
Hit that beat.
You've been watching too much Nickelodeon.
We got tape-ins, sew-ins. We got
Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana.
You got a song for everything.
I do. Let me be musical. Dang.
Okay. Somebody
Whoa. Bow, 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 bow.
Somebody sign him, please.
Please. But yeah, I think.
Let's start off. What's your favorite?
My favorites. Ooh, wigs.
No, like, what is your favorite extension type? Like, is it raw hair, human hair, pack hair, Brazilian?
Raw hair, duh. But I was speaking more about like installs.
Okay.
Like the types of installs.
Did I jump the gun a little bit?
I was thinking like tape-ins, microlinks, K-tips, I-tips, F-tips, all the tips, just the tip. Wigs, sew-ins, quick weaves, track, like just glued in tracks.
Did you say clip-ins?
Clip-ins.
Because that's what I'm wearing today.
Ooh.
I just have two right here.
That's a clip-in?
Mm-hmm.
I know you lying. I know you lying.
But I have nothing at the back.
That's crazy.
Nothing at the back.
Oh.
Don't do that, because you know how they said Beyonce was still lying.
Because Beyonce was wearing a full lace.
No, she wasn't.
Bro.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. don't piss me off. But yeah, no, like that's, quick weaves.
You said quick weave.
Oh. I got excited.
What else? Did you say tape? You said tape ins.
Tape ins. I think that's it. Oh, V-lights.
Okay. Don't piss me off.
V-lights.
Don't. I-tips?
I said that.
K-tips?
Said that.
Okay.
F-tips? Said that.
Brazilian knots?
Brazilian knots are so
ugly.
Stupid. That shit is so dumb.
Braitless sewing?
That's microlinks, right? Like, quote unquote, hand-tied wefts?
Yeah.
That's,
and you said your favorite is
But I feel like, didn't they used to call that like Malaysian something?
I don't know.
The type of install is like a Malaysian.
I don't know. We switch it up so often.
For no reason.
And this is totally off topic, but it goes with you saying how we talking about switching up the name and the types.
Mm-hmm.
It grinded my gears.
It ground your gears.
It was grinding my gears when everybody was asking for a fucking porcelain press.
What the fuck is a porcelain press?
Exactly. A silk press.
I have never heard. Or they'd be like, what's the difference between a silk press and a flat iron? Girl, I don't fucking know, bitch. What the fuck?
But at one point in time, and I like shout out to the stylist that made the name up. I'm sure that was just her
like signature.
Her signature,
yeah.
and she called it a porcelain press. But people went crazy over it, and I know for me, because I do a lot of silk press, they were like, "I want the porcelain press," and I'm like, "What the hell is that?"
They'd be like, "What? Ask them what's the difference between that and a sew-in? I mean, between that and a silk press." I don't know, but this is what it looked like.
This the girl that did it. She did it like this.
She did it like this. I said, "Oh, okay." So she shampooed your hair, blow dried it, and then used a flat iron. Oh, okay, cute.
But that just goes to show how like
gullible people are,
or just. Yeah, gullible.
Yeah, they're just gullible for the new like trendy thing. Like even I feel like just even the way they rebrand everything. Like they've rebranded microlinks too.
Yeah, and we fall straight in for it. Even us as stylists, we're like, okay, we gotta learn this new technique because everybody's doing that.
That's different. That's a different way of doing it. But the name is, I'm talking about more the name because it's like. Even, like the way that I do my microlinks now, I used to do that way back in the day. Like, it was the same way. It was just now the technique has improved. But it's just like everything come back around.
But why is wigs your favorite? Do you feel like it's just easier to do or you just like the total look of it?
I just love wigs. I love everything about wigs. And I've always loved everything about wigs. Like, ventilating, I like making wigs, I like styling wigs. I think lace is tea.
Come on, wiggy gump.
Okay, I think you can make people's hair perfect with a wig. Whereas like I feel like depending on you can make anybody hair look good with a wig. Regardless.
Until they look in that mirror and see that lace.
Well, they're not gonna see my lace. And that's on HD. Meltdown.
I don't know.
But okay, you know what? Don't ask me to do your lace thing. Don't ask me to do it.
Well, I do lace, and sometimes I can still see it.
You don't do no lace.
I just be like, girl, just don't look in the mirror. Like, why are you in the mirror?
No, that is annoying.
Why? Because this is the mirror. Why are you in it like this?
That's
like,
the first thing they do when they get their lace. They be like,
I can see it. I can see it.
And they be, look, this the mirror right here. They be like, I could
lifting it up.
I can see it. Like, girl, like, and that's such a misconception. It's like, y'all realize this is an illusion. This is not skin. This is not a head transplant.
One of my clients, she did bring me a wig where it was one of the I forgot what company it was. They don't need no free promo anyway.
Okay.
And it was given seamless.
But
you could still see it.
I was like,
I still see it. I mean, it was a better version of.
Yeah, but I think that goes into like maintenance, technique. How are you laying it? Are you melting it down? Are you tying it down? Are you using adhesive? Are you taking it on and off? It's like a lot that goes into that. And a lot of times girls will be like, I don't want to do all that. Okay, well then you don't want that look. You know what I'm saying? Like, because especially when you think about like the Beyoncés and all that, baby, it's glued down. Like, it's glued down. Even if it's not like glue, it's gonna be some type of like adhesive. Yeah, for sure.
Well, my favorite extension technique is gonna be a sew-in, all the time. Okay. Every time.
The reason I like doing sew-ins too, but I don't like doing them on. Obviously, it's like a pick and choose because it's like I'm not finna be trying to fight with blending certain stuff. Like, say for instance, like if their hair density is not there, then it's like, obviously a sew-in might not be best for you. That's why I'm just like, that's your favorite. I'm sorry. Let me know.
Well, I mean, of course, give and take of.
But that's just what your favorite thing
yeah,
to do
it's still one of my favorite. I feel like it is something that's timeless. It's never going out of style. People are always going to want a sew-in. I myself am always going to want a sew-in because it just gives you that look.
And I feel like
that seamless, natural look. Because like I said, I love a good fool the girls. I'll continue.
I forgot, honestly. I was gonna say. Yeah, I forgot. But dang. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But I think see, now I'm just off track now. I don't even know what to say. I think also with extensions, like whether the person, because people always be like, "Oh, I want my hair to look natural and all this and all that," which is, I feel like sometimes they don't. It's like they say that, but they don't really mean that, if that makes sense. Because I definitely think like a haircut on extensions is necessary for it to look natural. And a lot of girls be like, "Don't cut my hair. I paid for 26 inch and I want 26 inch." I'm like, yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna be honest, like I haven't experienced too much of somebody saying they didn't want to cut their hair.
I mean, I don't experience it. I feel like more now I'm a little more firm in that. Like
you can say like, okay, we're gonna just cut off a little bit.
Yeah.
Or I just always ask.
And I show how much too, because one thing you're not gonna do is be like, "I love it," and then go in your car and cry and text me later, because that's just gonna piss me off. Like,
oh, I've been there. You've been there too. You never gone in your car to cry about your hair?
No, I have not. I went home and just redid it. I don't have time. What are you crying for?
Oh, I cried and redid it. Two things can be true at once.
That is very true. Ooh, now she peeling back right now.
Okay, so the hair types, like, what's your favorite? The textures or different extension types?
Indian. I love Indian hair, but that's a topic for another day. Yeah, we can go in more in depth, because I feel like there's so much to talk about, like when it comes to like types of extensions.
That's true.
But my favorite is Indian all day. Like out of all of them, I just feel like Indian, to me, it just blends with so many different textures of hair, and I feel like the longevity of it and just the way it styles and flows. I feel like the density of the hair strands is a little bit finer, but still has like that texture and coarseness to it. And I think that helps better with styling. Whereas opposed to like sometimes, well, not better with styling, but like better like for when the wind blows. Like if the wind blows, it's gonna like move. Whereas like if, like for example, like with a texture like Cambodian that has like a thicker hair strand, like it'll move, but it's not gonna flow the same as like Indian hair because it's heavier.
So then when it comes to wigs, that being your favorite install, are you, because it is a wig and you have more room for styling and being able to do whatever they want or whatever they're asking for, are you still keeping density in mind? Like if like somebody like me who has a smaller head, smaller frame, and I'm like, I want 6 bundles of 20 inch.
Yeah, I mean, you can look like a lollipop, but if that's what you want to do.
But I'm saying, like, are you still suggesting that? Like, are you like, because obviously there are some women who just like big hair, like that's their thing, like, and it looks good on them.
Right, but then again, that like it complements them. It's not gonna like I feel like there's also a difference between big hair and bulky hair.
Gotcha.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can style it where you have like the volume. But I think when it comes to being like, okay, I want 8 bundles, like I don't know if you remember, like a long time ago, I'm not even gonna say who it is, but somebody like an influencer on Instagram, she came into town to Dallas, and she was looking for somebody to do her, I think it was a sew-in.
But she wanted like 5 bundles?
It was, but it was a bob, and she wanted 4 bundles.
For a bob?
Yes. Yes.
It was a bob?
Yes.
What kind of bob?
I mean, not like a long. It was like maybe shoulder length.
Why 4 bundles?
Girl, I don't know.
Did it look good?
I don't even remember what it looked like, but I just remember her saying that that's.
I could see somebody wanting that if they have a larger head.
Come on, larger? You didn't want to say big head. Hey, big head.
Hey, big head.
But nah, even then, like, I just think it depends. Because even with 4 bundles, like, that's a lot for... Because you know how much hair be coming in a 14-inch bundle. Like, it already is...
I mean, I'm thinking for a bob, no more than 2 bundles for sure.
Yeah. Well, I would say maybe 2.5, depending on, like, their circumference... Their... what is it called? Their cranium circumference.
Come on, cranium. Someone's
like,
been studying.
Like, how big is your occipital bone?
I'm like, what's that? I don't think I got that.
I don't think I got that. But yeah, no, I think that, like, yeah, I think you just have to be stern and like knowing that, like, girl, I can put 4 bundles in your head, but you gonna look a mess. Or when we go to style it, it's gonna be big.
But I mean, yeah.
Because what you're not gonna do is have me put them 4 bundles in your head and be like, it just look a little thick.
Like, duh.
I'm like, oh, okay. Did you want to schedule a takedown? Because, baby, I did what you wanted me to do. So, but I feel like that also goes into like having realistic expectations too. Like,
yeah.
With your style, like, if you know that your leave out is chewed up, and you don't want to listen to my recommendations, because, like, if your leave out is chewed up, I'm going to be like, okay, you either need to do a wig or, you know, maybe we can do like a bonded install where it's like maybe we like sew it in and glue some tracks in the leave out, but you know, my first thing I'm going to be like, get you a wig so we can grow that out.
You just want me to wear a wig.
That's exactly what they're going to say. Yeah, you just don't like doing sew-ins.
It honestly has scared me from even suggesting it sometimes. I like for them to mention it because I don't want anybody to think that I'm forcing that down their throat. But I'll softly suggest it. Well, like, have you ever thought about it? And if they kind of come down my throat like that, I'm like, okay.
You ain't got to worry about me.
Don't worry about it. Just, leave as much heat off your hair as you can.
Do what you want to do. Leave me out of it. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what I don't really enjoy doing?
What?
Texture matching.
You don't?
No.
Why?
Not when it's like curly texture matching.
Why?
Because I just feel like it's almost close to impossible depending on the kind of curls that you have. I know for me, I have like tight curls in the middle, loose curls around my perimeter. And for somebody like me, I just think if I am going to texture match, I'm going to texture match and still straighten your hair out. So I'm okay with that. But if I'm texture matching for you to wear it curly to add to your curls that are to your natural curl, I don't like that. I feel like it's recipe for disaster.
I disagree because I feel like even if you have multiple curl patterns, you really just need to match what's going to be seen. So, like, even if you have, like, a tighter curl pattern on the inside, like...
Is this for a sew-in, or are we talking hand-tied one?
In general. Like...
Okay, I'm going to say for sew-ins, I'm okay with texture matching. Because there's just a little bit of a leave out to go in with your extensions. For hand-tied wefts or tape-ins, anything where all of your hair is left out and hair is being placed in between your hair.
Yeah.
That's not my favorite thing to do. I just feel like it's a lot of maintenance. I feel like it's recipe for a recipe for damage. Like, you're getting your hair for some... If you have a looser curl, you might win in that area. But if you have a tighter curl, you're thinking about just how much manipulation you have to do on your own hair to keep your own hair detangled, defined.
Right, but then I feel like that's where it comes in with the recommendation for the install. I feel like you can still texture match their hair and then recommend the install that's going to be best for their texture.
Right, of course. Yeah. But even with, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I would never recommend someone with a tighter curl to get a tape-in or microlink. Anything where you are placing the hair in between your hair, where all of your hair is still exposed.
Right. But that ain't the only texture, though. I mean, you got people with straight hair. You got people with wavy hair. You can match the texture. You got.
So I'm okay with that, but right. I'm just not okay with.
You just don't like matching 4C hair, is what you're saying. Because that's what I'm hearing. Because we can go back to when you called my hair kinky. Because the people in the comments were still talking about it. So that's what. Now I'm starting to feel like you kink shaming.
You want to go there?
I do.
Okay.
Because I feel attacked. Because you say, oh, yeah, I'll match everybody's texture, but not if your hair kinky. I ain't matching that now.
Look, I'm just trying to do what's best for you.
What's best for... So what you trying to say? Because I've matched my texture before, and it was T.
Was it?
Even though I don't personally wear extensions, I would never. But if I had to, I'm sure
you're telling me with your hair texture... You would...
I've done microlinks and you've done them. So please
stop. And how did that work out for you?
It was horrible. Because you don't know what you're doing. And it was horrible. But that's because you didn't give me a good recommendation. You just did whatever... You did whatever the client wanted. That was your problem. You didn't give me the recommendation that I needed. I didn't have no professional guidance. I just saw online. I said, oh, this hair looks like my hair. And I said, can you do microlinks? You say, yeah, perfect. Let's do it. Yeah, and then when it looked a mess, it's like, oh, I told you not to do that. You didn't tell me shit.
I did, because you were struggling.
Tell me shit, and I'm still reeling from that.
I'm still reeling
from that.
You struggled.
Thick ass hair.
You struggled, and that's to my point. You're gonna struggle if your hair texture is tighter, and I'm saying this for myself as well. I would never get extensions in between my. You know, I don't follow the texture guidelines, but between my finely tight curled hair.
Okay, that's not what we was talking about, though.
But we were just talking about texture matching, and I don't like texture matching if you are getting a tape-in
or if your hair is curly. That's what you just keep saying. If you have
tight curls, no. I wouldn't recommend you getting but that's texture match.
But okay, so even texture matching doesn't just only apply to tape-ins or like that.
Okay, so
even with my wig, like literally that hair matched my hair perfect. Texture match.
Okay, so then let me read.
And it wasn't a wig for real. I was just saying
it was
if
a wig.
If y'all
want to go back and look at on our Instagram when we did the suspect challenge, that was a wig.
Because she was fucking lying.
No, it was
She's a liar and she's a hater.
It was a wig.
And I will pull your clippings out right now. Please don't play with me.
You can do that.
Because we can tussle. We can squabble up.
Because I'll take my own clippings out and y'all can still see how good my hair is.
You want to be them girls off The View so bad.
That was not The View.
That was The View.
No, it wasn't.
What was it?
When they took their wigs off?
No, they took the clippings out with Lonnie Love. Not Lonnie Love.
Whoopi Goldberg?
No. What's that girl?
So it wasn't The View if Whoopi Goldberg wasn't on there.
It was The View. Or whatever show it was.
Exactly.
You know that girl, the girl who played in Wicked, the old Wicked. I can't think of her name. The little short blonde one. She kind of got like a high pitched voice. So she could say.
Anyway,
she had popped them little clippings out. Everybody was taking them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name? Cheryl.
Yes.
Underwood.
Is that her?
She took her wig off.
Yeah. She didn't need to do that. She didn't need to do that. It was not a fair playing field, and they know that. Because unless they would have told her beforehand and she had a fresh, braid down.
Oh, so are you foundation shaming?
Don't try to switch it on me.
That's what it sounds like. Because we all got something going on under our foundation that shouldn't nobody see. That's what it's giving. But all in all, texture matching for those specific installs are not my favorite. So again, tape-ins, microlinks. Anything that requires all of your hair to be exposed, not my favorite thing to do. 0 out of 10, do not recommend.
Okay. But just not, as long as it's not curly, you good. Is what you're saying. Any other texture is cool.
I guess if that's what you say.
That is what I say. Let me hurry up and curl this because I feel like I've been moving kind of slow.
You have, because I'm done.
Girl, you didn't even have nothing to do.
I
Your
did.
your hair is not even dry. It's not even dry.
It's gonna air dry. It's kind of giving Michael Jackson.
It kind of is, but I like it. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? See, girl, I'll tell you. Yeah. Ooh. So did you see whenever like going back to like when people like reinventing stuff, did you see whenever everybody was talking about when Kim Kardashian was getting her quick weave? And everybody was like, what is that? Oh my God. And it's like all the black girls was like, I know you fucking lying. Not Miss Mama's got a quick weave, and y'all trying to act like it's new.
Did she have a quick weave?
She did. Yes, he was gluing it in on the show. Like he was gluing it in. Like you could see, like she had her hair. She had it like the old way, like gelled down. Yeah, and then they were gluing the track, and they did a hybrid. They did like a quick weave, and then they did K-tips too. Yeah, so they did K-tips around her hairline. And I ain't gonna lie, they ate that up. It looked really good. But it just, I would have never thought to do a quick weave on a white girl, to be honest. Like,
honestly,
but if you think
they
about,
probably are the best candidates.
Yeah, because it's like such low tension. Mm-hmm. Like, I actually have a client who recently asked me about it because she was like, "You think I can get a sew?" And I was like, "Baby, no, baby, no. You cannot get no damn
snap off.
Snapped." Girl, I had just even think about like, but you know what? I had a girl when I was in college, this white girl. Hey, Haley. She was like a sorority girl and she used to get a sew in. And baby, when I tell you she kept that shit up, she kept it up. She used to work. I don't know. Shit. And she used to get the hair from the beauty supply, like.
You know, that's easy for them.
Is it though? Because you know that hair be nappy, that blonde hair.
Did it look good though?
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't. No, that's what I'm saying. Like it blended surprisingly well.
That's what I'm saying. Like that works for them.
Do you remember that bow
texture matching?
Yeah, this wasn't texture matching back then. This was what do y'all have?
She didn't know what she was doing, but she's just happened to work out for her.
An innovative queen.
Period.
Okay, but
she just happened to run into texture matching.
I wanna run. Smash into you. Ooh.
Anywho, did we touch on everything?
I think we did, but can I finish curling my wig? So
you need to hurry up.
Just because
you are the reason that people be like, you take too long at the salon. And here just running your mouth and not even finishing your client. Couldn't have been me.
Your client isn't even dry. You're gonna send. It's cold outside, and you're just gonna send her out. You still over there chopping away.
That's because I'm.
That's what that.
She does look a little Michael Jackson-y.
It is also so crazy how I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, it'll take me 45 minutes to make it look like you ain't do your hair.
Well, low effort takes about.
Which I love though. I actually really love those like styles where it's like, did you even style your hair? But it looked good. It's like,
yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, wow, like you really just.
You know how long it takes to make a messy bun look messy?
Oh my gosh, it took me like half an hour to do that yesterday.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's.
Because you don't want it to look too done, but you don't want it to look too messy. Because you'd be like, okay, now
you don't want it to look just thrown up there. It has to be perfectly thrown into a messy
organized
bun.
Chaos.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Isn't that a rap group?
No, that's me. That's what I say. Don't be trying to put me on no rap group.
You want to be on one so bad.
I wouldn't mind it. I was watching Abbott Elementary, and they were like, you haven't heard whatever song it was from Run DMC, and the kids was like, what's Run DMC? I was like, oh, God. I don't know why I thought about that. Oh,
because
rap
you wanted
group.
to rap.
Yeah.
Because you want to be a rapper.
Yeah. Ooh, you want to know what's so funny? A funny little hair story. Do you remember?
It better be funny.
Don't piss me off.
Go.
Do you remember Andy Milonakis?
Yes. I got peas on my head, but
don't call me a pea head. Bruce Lee's on my head, but don't call me a Lee head. Don't remember the rest. Me either. But okay, so I saw this video that he did. He was like in Italy or somewhere, like not in the country, and he was like that he went to go get a haircut and they didn't cut it short enough, so he went to like some other salon to get it cut. So when he went there, he basically told him like, yeah, I just want to cut a little shorter. He was like, I like the shag, but I just want it like to be a little bit shorter on the sides. Why did that hairstylist think that he was a woman and gave him a Karen bob? Like, and then had the nerve to like, like...
What was this, like, on his show?
No, this was recent. I saw it on his Instagram.
No.
Yes.
I'll link it
below. I'll link it below.
I just want to look at it.
Girl, why would you?
I want to see it right now.
Oh my gosh.
And why am I not following Andy Milonakis?
I mean, I'm not either. I just
I'm about to.
It. But it was so funny because, like, literally, he was like... When he styled it, he was kind of like, you like zhuzh it up a little bit. And Andy was just in there. He was just laughing. It was like, he took it like...
What is his name on here?
I don't know. I just saw like the clip. I don't think it was like... I don't know. I just saw the clip of it. I don't know if it was like on his actual Instagram. But I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But that shit was so funny.
I wouldn't take this kind of treatment if I was you.
Oh, you're talking about Gwyneth?
She actually does look like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. See, that's another thing. See, like these white girl wigs, baby, they be sleep. But that's another thing. I feel like with the white girl wigs, texture matching too. Like,
that's for sure. Okay,
because like,
so when you say that, you don't want to put this on a...
No, because it's gonna look weird. Like, but even like when it even boiling down to like, you see how like these strands are so thin.
Yeah.
Like,
it just looks like it belongs on your head.
Well,
if it's on the right part, like you want it to look like it belongs on your head.
Yeah, like this is like I wouldn't put this on a black girl. Like I lie because I have actually one of my friends. I had her try it on, and it looked really good on her. But also, it didn't look out of place. Like it looked like it looked like it could have.
Speaking of like what looks like it's supposed to be on your head, I was actually on TikTok yesterday, and I know I'm sorry.
I'll crash out right now
for TikTok.
Okay.
But Erin here.
Uh-huh.
She had a wig on, and she likes to do hers behind her hairline. I love her content. Mm-hmm. I love watching her wigs and everything. But I saw how she did a quick video, and she was like, "Can we talk about like not having a precise part?" And her part was like, it looked so natural.
Because you don't need it. You don't need a bust down part every time.
With the plucked. She was like, "Can we talk about how that
pluck part?"
When she put it behind, she had it behind her hairline, and her part was just kind of jagged, and it looked so natural. But it was still down the middle, but it was just... It
wasn't so perfect.
It was not
crisp.
Perfect. The imperfection made it look more natural.
Because that's realistic. Like, when you part your hair, it's not... What, you gonna pluck your part down?
Look, I'm like, does my part look... Nope.
Let me see. Yeah, it look a little plucked down, but...
it does not.
Well, you could use a little concealer.
Why would I use concealer on my natural part?
That's what the girls do. They make it look more natural by putting concealer on it, so say.
Or even when it's like plucked down, like almost bald. Like, why do I want my edges to look like that?
I saw this girl or this guy, he was customizing a wig, and he like zoomed in on the lace and basically was like, you have to really pay attention to what you're plucking, and basically saying like, you see the little grid lines, and he was plucking, it was like, when I say it was literally like a straight line, like, and it's like
I used to do my wigs like that about 7 years ago.
Oof, not 7 years ago.
I did.
She said, I'm an OG, baby.
I thought that was I was following the trend. So sue me.
Girl, stupid ass. This shit is not. It might as well just went off. I'm like, it's not even curling anymore.
Hurry up, wig Gwyneth.
Just because you didn't curl your wig today doesn't mean you gotta rush me. You can't rush perfection.
You got a broom?
A broom?
Yeah.
I do, but I'm gonna make sure that once we cut, that
I could honestly cut more of this, but I'm tired of her.
I don't know. Also, I feel like with curly hair, I feel like sometimes you need to let it dry too.
Yeah.
Before you start to like cut
really
more.
Go in.
Yeah, because then you can kind of see like what exactly needs to.
My client this is for one of my clients, and she's looking for really low effort situation. Mm-hmm. Like toss on and go.
And that's like the perfect curl pattern for that. Because I hate when a girl be like, oh, I'm going to just get curly hair because that's low maintenance. Girl, why did you get tight curl? Girl.
It's not low maintenance.
They be like, oh, I could just put some water on it. Okay. Okay, girl. Okay, now I'm done.
Oh, it's actually cute. Zoom in on that. Oh, weird.
No, it's okay.
Hater.
Yes, Gwenny.
You should put a picture of Gwyneth Paltrow next to that.
I don't know. She doesn't wear her. She doesn't wear it so like effortless like that. She's a little more stiff and stuffy.
How stiff is she? Freeze.
Oh yeah, this is cute. Okay. Now I'm done, and now we can conclude.
Okay.
So we will see you guys next week. We are actually we didn't even tell the girls. So we doing once a week now. So we're gonna see y'all guys next week. Oh. Period.
Do y'all want to see us every week?
They don't have no option because we've already got it scheduled. So what y'all want to do? Either you're gonna be here or you're not. Oh. And if you're not, you're missing out.
Period.
And that's on you. Yeah. You have anything else you want to say? Okay. We'll see you guys. Like, girl, you gotta think. If you gotta think that hard, you ain't got shit to say. I just love when they be, like when hairstyles be pulling it in like this.
Like it's gonna stay like that. Why do we do that? Or we'll be like that. Like, what does that mean?
No, they be getting high and wet. But yeah, if y'all want to buy this wig, she's gonna be on my site. Purchase her. She's perfect for my Caucasian girlies because the texture is very European.
Come on, Joanne the scammer.
Honestly, a messy bitch that lives for drama. But I absolutely love this girl. I'm obsessed with that. See, girls don't be wanting shit like this. Maybe I need to.
Now.
They will.
They will now.
That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess we will see you guys next week, and let us know in the comments, whatever y'all want to know.
Like, subscribe, and follow.
Like, comment, subscribe below, and
Did you have to?
Yeah, because it's below, and you know what else they say? They hit that what is it? The bell button. The bell? Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. But the notification button. The notification. That's what it is. It's like a little bell. Okay. Anyways, okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.